Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending on what time you're watching this video. This is me, Teacher Kent, and today we're going to talk about the digestive system. But first, we must review what we learned last time. So I will share my screen with all of you right there. Okay, let me just make myself a little bigger. Just a little bit. There. Okay. Remember, we talked about the six nutrients found in food: carbohydrates, protein, fats, vitamins, minerals, and water. Remember what I said before, that energy from food is calculated as calories. Now, let's look at it here. This is a simple table for energy requirements in foods for different ages from 2 to 3 until older. Okay? Now, this is just a simple table. It's a guide. It's not really the perfect answer. There are different tables in the internet. I just chose this one. Now, let's look at it right here. Let's say you have a baby brother or a sister, which they are only 2 to 3 years old. They don't drink mother's milk anymore, so they need to eat food, but they don't have much teeth. So what they need to eat are baby foods. The baby foods have about 200 to 300 calories per meal. So if you look at it here, sedentary, or when the baby is not active, it doesn't like to run around for the whole day, the baby only needs about 1,000 calories. So the 3 meals a day, let's say around 300 or 250, that's 750. And sometimes the baby cries at night because the baby becomes hungry, and then you will feed it again. So that is the amount of calories a small baby needs, 2 to 3 years old. 4 to 8, it's a little bit bigger now. A little kid. If the little kid is not very active, you can see here, there's only, I need to annotate, I need to show. If it's not very active for the males, they need 1,200 to 1,400. For the females, it's the same if they're not very active. But during these ages, the kids are very active. They like to run around. They like to play. They need 1,400 to 1,600 calories. Or it's the same with the girls. But if they're super active, they need 1,600 to 2,000. Or for the boys and for the girls, they need 1,400 to 1,800. Okay, do you understand how that works? And so on and so forth. If you're 9 to 13 years old, it depends if you're not very active, a little bit active, or very, very active. Now, this is not set in stone. It all depends on how active a person is and how much your metabolism is. Metabolism is the body's ability to absorb the energy. Teacher Kent, how do we compute for calories? Well, you can look at Google. I'll tell you something. Just because a food is big doesn't mean it has a lot of calories. For example, a small cup of rice has about 120 to 150 calories. A small cup like this. But, Kit Kat, the candy bar, just one slice, one small packet like this, smaller than rice, it has a lot of sugar. And sugar means calories. A small Tic Tac bar, it's 400 calories. You eat a small one, a small Tic Tac bar, you have a lot of energy. It has more energy than when you eat rice. So the calories depend on the type of food and not the size of the food. Anyway, let's continue. Today we're going to talk about the digestive system. What is the digestive system? Well, before I can answer that, we will first need to know what is our body made of? Our body is made of cells. Cell is the smallest part of the human body. A cell is a tissue. A tissue is a group of cells. Let's say there's one cell here and another cell comes here and they group together. They form a tissue. When a lot of tissues group together, they form an organ. And when organs group together, they form a system, an organ system. And our human body is made up of many organ systems. Again, cell, the smallest part. A group of cell is a tissue. A group of tissues, tissue as in human body, not the tissue in the toilet, okay? The tissue, a group of tissue is an organ. A group of organs is an organ system, and a group of organ system make up our human body. Did you understand? Don't worry, I will teach you again when we see each other in class. There are many different types of organ systems. First is the circulatory system. It circulates the blood all over our body. It carries blood from the heart, all other parts of the body, and back to the heart. Another example is the respiratory system. It's the system that helps us breathe in and breathe out. That's it. Breathe in and breathe out, respiratory system. The third type of system is what we're going to talk about today, the digestive system. So let's continue. What is a digestive system? It helps break down the food that we eat. We can then absorb it with the help of the circulatory system. The excess will be sent out of our body through the anus or the rectum. That is digestive system. In simpler terms, it helps us digest or process our food so that we can use it for our body. How does it work? Well, let's do it step by step. First, the food enters through your mouth. When you have an apple, you bite it down. You don't eat the whole apple first. You just bite it little by little until all of it is done. When you bite it, your teeth breaks it down. It clumps it together like it slowly cuts the food down. Our saliva also help break down food to smaller sizes. Saliva, the water in our mouth, is called saliva. Our tongue helps mix food with saliva. Our tongue moves around when we eat and it mixes the food. Our saliva has enzymes that turn starch into sugar. Enzymes are little microscopic helpers of our mouth that turn starch into sugar. And remember, sugar is calories. After you chew, after saliva, you swallow. Like that. Where the saliva and tongue help swallow the food down to the esophagus. This part right here, the throat, that's the esophagus. It goes down. After it passes through the esophagus, it goes down to the stomach, right here. The stomach produces acid juice that kill the bacteria in the food. Sometimes there's bacteria in food that can make us sick. The stomach burns it down. It kills all the bacteria and makes the food even. It also produces enzymes that digest protein. If you eat a lot of protein, this is where it's going to get a lot of it. The walls of the Small intestine. The walls of the small intestine and pancreas produce enzymes to digest protein, carbs, fat in the food. Again, enzymes help digest food. It's just little parts of your human body, but they help your body a lot. They digest protein, carbs, and fats in the food. So the proteins, the carbs, and fats, the enzymes will help digest them. The liver produces bile and sends it to the small intestine. So it's like watery substance that pushes break down fat. Bile after the small intestine, carbs and fats become smaller. The small intestine pushes it into a video time. Go for a video time today. Let's just review. Okay? There are first